I rented an Airbnb for a quiet weekend getaway and found a hidden camera in the smoke detector. When I reported the host, police discovered he had been secretly recording guests for over 6 years. The listing looked absolutely perfect online. Cozy mountain cabin with stunning views, hundreds of 5-star reviews from happy guests, reasonable price for the holiday weekend. I booked it for my birthday. Just wanted a quiet place to read books and relax away from the city. The host seemed perfectly nice in his messages. Gave me the door code promptly, said to let him know if I needed anything during my stay. I arrived Friday evening as planned. The cabin was exactly as pictured in the listing. Clean, comfortable, private gravel road with no neighbors visible anywhere. I unpacked my bags and started settling into the bedroom. That's when I noticed something strange. The smoke detector mounted on the bedroom ceiling seemed slightly off. The small indicator light was blinking in an unusual pattern, not the steady green blink of a normal functioning detector. Curiosity got the better of me. I stood carefully on the bed and looked at the device more closely. There was a tiny hole in the center that definitely didn't belong on a standard smoke detector. My stomach dropped immediately. I grabbed a wooden chair from the corner and unscrewed the entire device from the ceiling. Inside was a small digital camera, lens pointed directly down at the bed where guests would sleep. My hands started shaking uncontrollably. I checked every single room in the cabin, found 2 more hidden cameras. One in the bathroom concealed behind the decorative mirror frame, one in the living room hidden inside an antique-looking clock on the bookshelf. I felt completely violated, sick to my stomach, terrified about what could have been recorded if I hadn't noticed. I grabbed all my bags immediately and drove straight to the local police station. The officer at the front desk took my report very seriously, asked exactly where I found each device, asked if I had touched anything else in the cabin. I showed her the photos I had taken of each camera on my phone. Her face changed immediately when she saw the images. "These aren't cheap spy cameras from some online store," she said quietly. "This is professional-grade surveillance equipment, very expensive. Someone has been doing this for quite a while." She made a phone call. 20 minutes later, 2 plainclothes detectives arrived at the station. They obtained a warrant for the cabin that same night. What they found inside made national news within days. The host's personal computer contained thousands of hours of recorded footage. Guests recorded in bedrooms and bathrooms without their knowledge or consent. Couples on romantic honeymoons, families with young children, women traveling alone like me. 6 years of secret recordings. Hundreds of victims who never knew they were being filmed in the most private moments. Some of the footage had been uploaded to dark websites, sold to paying subscribers around the world. He was actually making significant money from violating people's privacy. The host's name was Daniel Crawford, 41 years old, worked remotely from home as a web developer, owned 3 other short-term rental properties in the area. All of them had hidden cameras installed. They arrested him at his primary residence 2 days later. He tried desperately to claim the cameras were installed for legitimate security purposes, that he simply forgot to disclose them to guests in the listing. Nobody believed a word of it. The camera hidden behind the bathroom mirror completely destroyed that defense. He was charged with hundreds of separate counts of voyeurism, criminal invasion of privacy, production and distribution of intimate images without consent. The prosecutor publicly called it one of the largest voyeurism cases in state history. Victims came forward from across the country, people who had stayed at his various properties over the years and had absolutely no idea they were recorded. Some victims recognized themselves in footage that had been posted online for strangers to view. I testified at his trial, described finding the cameras, described the profound violation I felt even though I was only in the cabin for a single hour. His defense lawyer tried to paint me as paranoid, asked why I was inspecting smoke detectors instead of enjoying my birthday vacation. "Because something felt wrong," I said firmly, and I was right. The jury convicted him on every single count. Over 400 total charges. The judge sentenced him to 23 years in state prison, ordered him to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life. Airbnb banned him permanently from the platform, paid financial settlements to verified victims, implemented new policies requiring all hosts to disclose any cameras on their property. I check every rental property now, every smoke detector, every clock, every mirror. Friends say I'm paranoid. I say I'm careful. There's a difference.